As you know, I've been working through all my gear, and one of the things I'm trying to fine tune is my sleep system. In an earlier video, very early video, I showed you that I had the regular Klymit sleeping pad and then it wasn't insulated and I found it wasn't warm enough. So I discovered this insulated version, the Static V, and it is heavier. As you can see, it weighs 25 ounces, but I've used it on the trail for several nights and I found that it's very comfortable. I've been very happy with it, but I'd like to lower the weight a tad. So I did some research and I discovered that Klymit is now making an insulated light pad, and this is only 19 ounces. It's got some insulation inside, and the biggest difference that I can note is that the covering of it is lighter weight than the other pad. I believe the difference, well, let me check here. This is 30D fabric on the outside. This is 75D fabric on the outside, and that difference in fabric weight can make a tremendous difference in the weight of the finished pad. I found the light pad on Amazon as part of a 2-pack with this sheet, the sleeping pad cover. This weighs, I think, 5.6 ounces, and it's nice. It would be great for car camping, but I won't be using it on the Appalachian Trail because it's extra weight that I don't think I need. And I have a plan for a silk sleeping bag liner, which I'll show you once I get that done. But this was kind of a neat thing to add on, and it turned out that on Amazon, at least, this set, and it did come packaged as a set, actually cost less than buying just the insulated pad alone. And I'm not sure why that was, but it saved me, I think, about $10 total on the purchase, and so that made the little sleeping pad actually almost free. Well, it was free when it was included. So that's a nice little deal if you want both. If you don't want both and you can find a good deal on the sleeping pad itself, then I would recommend just doing that. I have the pads blown up now side by side. On the package, they both say it takes about 10 to 15 breaths to inflate. And for me, that's, I need a little bit more, maybe 20 to 25. But once I get out on the AT and develop a little more lung capacity from hiking, maybe I will do better with that. They look pretty much the same, and the specs are the same in terms of size, width, length, thickness. So they look pretty much the same, but as I mentioned, I've had the darker one, the heavier one, out on the trail for several nights, and it's done very well. So I'm getting ready to go on a trip, and I will take the lighter one on the trail for 3 nights and see how that performs. I'm a side sleeper, and I was a little concerned that when I got on the light pad that maybe I would bottom out around my hips, because that's a concern for me. I'm not. It feels just as comfortable as the other one there. So I'm looking forward to taking it out on the trail, and I will let you know how it does when I get back. Hey there, as promised, I'm reporting back on the sleeping pad, the Klymit V Static, say that again, Klymit Static V LITE sleeping pad, which was about 6 ounces lighter than the regular Static V insulated pad that I was using. I took it out on the trail and I was really happy with it. Obviously the weight savings was nice, but there was absolutely no difference in terms of warmth or comfort. So I'm really at this point pretty much sold on the Klymit products. And one thing I did want to mention that it slid a little bit on the bottom of my tent, and I think that was my fault. I was a little bit on an incline, and so I'd wake up in the middle of the night and have to slide my pad back. I think I could prevent that by either putting something kind of sticky on the bottom of the pad or having something lining the floor of my tent. That would make it a little bit better, so I wouldn't have to be surfing through my tent in the middle of the night. But overall, the pad itself worked great, and I did find that the air was a little bit easier to get out of it. It was easier to deflate and fold up than the heavier pad, so it was a real winner, and I'm happy to report that.